I wish my We Vape We Vote thing was like right here.
Well, if the computer was where it normally is,
Yeah,
it would
normally
be right
normally
there.
you can see it. Hey, yo, hi everybody. Welcome to our 50th live episode. Welcome to the Rise and Vape podcast. I am your host Logan,
And I'm Becky.
and this is my partner in crime, Becky. I just refer to her as Beck. Becky still sounds kind of weird to me. She's just Beck to me, everybody. Before we get really going and into this, can you guys hear us and see us okay? Can we get a little feedback in the chat since we normally don't do lives? This is all usually pre-recorded stuff, but being our 50th episode, we wanted to do something special. So can we get a little feedback? Lando says we're all good. Bristo says all is good. Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you to everybody for being here. Much appreciated. I don't know where to look right now. Thank you for being here. Yeah, this should be fun. For everybody wondering, there is a pinned comment in the chat, which will take you directly to the fundraiser page. So if you click that, and I know a few people are also going to be, I know Tyler, thank you. Our moderators are going to be dropping the link throughout the stream as well. We're doing this really because we just want to raise a little bit of money for CASAA before the holidays, just to say thank you to them. Maybe we can buy them all dinner. Maybe we can buy them all lunch, something like that. Alex and Kristen and Danielle and everybody over at CASAA. So that's what we're trying to do. Pancakes, I see you. Mitch, Breeze Tones, Megan, thank you everybody for being here.
Hey everybody.
Much appreciated. We're gonna try to do this a lot like a regular Rise and Vape episode.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna do news and advocacy like we do because we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, and then we have some fun kind of holiday topics to talk about for the second half. And then obviously we're going to be trying to keep up with you guys in chat as well. So if you have any questions or anything like that for us, please feel free. And then all of this, after we are all done, after we're all done, I'm going to turn all this into a podcast. So this will go right up on our SoundCloud and everywhere else. For everybody to tune into. Donations already. Lee, thank you. Thank you for that donation. You will be entered into the next thing I should probably mention. We're going to be doing a raffle. So basically the way that this is going to work is you can donate any amount. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $5 or whatever it is. Your donation will get you entered into the raffle. We have certain goals. So once we hit certain tiers, we're going to be raffling off, T-shirts and hoodies and things like this. So then we'll go through, we'll pick names. Then all you guys have to do, whoever the winner is, you just have to DM me somewhere. You can DM me on Instagram. You can DM me on Twitter at Logan_exhales.
Just woof it.
You can woof it. That works too. I'll get it everywhere. The whole office will start dinging and buzzing. And then that'll enter you into the raffle. We'll do T-shirts. We'll do hoodies. Just so everybody is clear too, all the prizes are coming out of our pocket. So all your donations, all the proceeds will be going directly to CASAA. None of that money is going to be spent on the prizes. Right.
We're doing the prizes just to kind of give you guys a little Christmas incentive. And yeah, so everything is going straight to CASAA, which is great because they've helped us out so much this year. And
yeah,
who knows where we would be without
CASAA helps us all out. I mean, we wouldn't be as informed and update and mobilized and active if we didn't have CASAA.
Yeah.
All of our calls to action, they're great at putting out good science. They're great at calling out bad science. They're great at just everything they do. And we just love CASAA so much. So we wanted to just do something cool for them.
Yeah.
So how do we normally start these? With what we've been vaping?
What are we vaping this week?
All right, let's go through it. What do you got for us this week, Beck?
So, by the way, or not yet. I'll say that in a second. Okay. So I have my topside single, all blacked out with the Mike Vapes recurve on top, Saddle Horse Blues coils, and I have almost completely crushed this bottle of This Blows. By the way, Mr. Hoggett, if you want to check out this e-liquid, you can go check out Hogit's Yogits, and this is called This Blows. It's blue res and bubblegum. I love this stuff so much. I've like basically almost crushed this entire bottle already. So yeah, that's my top side. And then in my boost, I actually have a little bit more of Mitch's stuff. I had just enough left of Mitch's mixed berry lemonade and 10 milligram.
It's so good, you guys.
If you're watching
it's
this,
so
you can
good.
see
Huge
the
shout out to
wheels
Mitch.
turning right now.
Huge shout out to Mitch.
Yeah, but yeah. So I have just I have maybe like 2 mils left in there of Mitch's mixed berry lemonade and 10 milligram. And then after I'm done with that, I'm going to fill it back up with some Bad Drips. It's a Nixel God Nectar, and that's in 25 milligrams.
God Nectar, if I remember, is a guava orange.
It's just like tropical goodness.
It's a guava orange passion fruit something. It's like just a super tropical.
It's like the
citrusy. It is super
so
good. Super good. Yoha to everybody. Lee, I see you. Mitch, Rhett, everybody in chat. Yoha to you guys. I just want to take a quick pause and thank you guys already for your donations. We've already crushed our goal. You guys are incredible.
You guys are amazing.
We've already crushed the goal. So I don't really know how we're going to go.
6.5 minutes.
6.5 minutes in. We've already crushed our $100 goal. I don't know how we're going to do tiers now because that's incredible, you guys. Thank you. I asked people, you know, when we were talking about this in the Discord and things like that, and I was talking about it in our Patreon stream this morning, just a few dollars, you guys, just a few dollars each. If everybody did that, then, you know, we would more than crush the goal. We've already done it. You guys have already decimated the goal. So Lee, thank you. Richard, thank you. You guys are incredible. I don't know how we're going to do these prizes now because you guys just crushed the whole thing. So I think what we'll do is once we wrap up each segment, so once we finish up what I've been vaping on, we'll pick the first winner for a t-shirt. And then after we get done with news and advocacy, we can pick the hoodie winner. And then maybe at the end of the stream, we'll pick the person for the merch bundle. Okay.
Yeah. Sounds
so
good.
Maybe that's just how we'll do it, guys, because you've already crushed the goal. So thank you, you guys, for donating. Much appreciated. So yeah, what have I been vaping on? Well,
what are you vaping?
As always, everybody hears a lot about #YardMod. So #YardMod for everybody out there who's never seen #YardMod. This is it. It's a little e-leaf eye stick that I found out in the yard.
You guys, this is my boost, by the way.
That's her boost. Out in the yard in the rain. Got it all dried out. Works great. I use it every day. It's got a slide on top with some 10 milligram blood orange champagne from Mr. Wayne over at DIY or Die. 10 milligram. I know. I'm just weird like that, but that's what I enjoy.
I get it now that I vape the 10 milligram.
Yeah, 10 milligram is great. It's a fantastic level for mouth to lung stuff. I love it. So that's what I'm vaping on there. Next up, I'm still going strong with that Gruss. That Lost Vape Gruss. I hate the name. The name is I don't know what the fuck a Gruss is. But the Lost Vape Gruss. Have
some meaning.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured it out. But the form factor, the mod itself, everything else about it, love it. Blotto sitting on top with some Georgie. Let's talk about Georgie really quick. This is not my wheelhouse liquid. This is a ice cream, hot fudge ice cream sundae. With nuts. Like, this is so far out of my standard wheelhouse, it's not even funny. But it's delicious. And I've almost crushed this whole 60 mil in like a week. Like maybe a week and a half. I know. Somebody stop me. It's really good. So shout out to Steel Valley Vapors and Clockwork Vapors. Just fantastic. I got to have a vape. It's just so good. It's so good, you guys. Saddle Horse Blues, Staggered Fuse Claptons in there. Next up, Titan V2 with the Unicorn V2 sitting on top. I've got a little Swifty DHD chop top action going on there. Saddle Horse Blues, staggered staple IVs
Ooh.
on the inside, 0.1s on a parallel. Fantastic. In there, big, huge shout out to Mr. Mitch Hoget. You guys can't see the label. I know. It's okay. It's his mixed berry lemonade in 3 milligram. Amazing. You guys, I cannot crack a bottle of this and not just vape the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how I feel about this. This blows. Like,
yeah, this blows. That blue raz bubblegum, which me and Duchess, who's here in chat and a moderator, we reviewed that live on Instagram.
Chef's kiss.
That was my top one out of like the 3 liquids that he sent out and we got to try. That was my favorite.
I've had a couple friends try this and they're like, that's so good.
It is the best bubble
Yeah.
gum. And I don't do bubble gums either.
Yeah.
But what I love about that liquid is when you get a piece of like double bubble, like in the yellow and blue wrapper, like that double bubble, and the outside is like hard and it has like that sugary coating.
Mm-hmm.
That flavor, that specific flavor note is in that liquid. And that's what I love about that liquid so much. It's like that first bite of a double bubble.
Yeah.
Every vape.
You know what's
so
really good? Do you remember
it's so good.
Big Chew?
Oh, in the bags?
Oh.
Yeah, Big Chew. Take a big old wad of it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
like tobacco for
Lethal,
children.
what's up? Yoha to you. Yoha, everybody who I haven't said
Yoha.
yoha to yet. So that's what I got going on with the Titan. The last thing, this is really special to me, you guys. This is something that I'm really excited about. And I had to do a little bit of research to figure out what this was.
I love that.
I had to do a little bit of research. It's sitting on top of the old Aegis, the original Aegis. This is the 26650 Aegis. I love this thing so much. It's great for MTLs. It's one of my go-to MTL setups. If you guys ever use 26650s, they're terrible for everything but MTL or really low wattage vaping. I've got this thing at 25 watts right now, but I'll show you guys. This is a K-Fun Monster V2. So for anybody who's familiar with like 2015, I don't know, clone kind of stuff, what this is, and correct me anybody in chat if I'm getting this wrong, but this is what I researched and this is what I came up with. This is from a company called Ecotech. This RTA is a clone of a 528 Customs K-Fun clone. So when 528 Customs started, the people that make the Goon, everybody's pretty familiar with 528 Customs. When they first started, before the Goon was even a thing, they started by buying like K-Fun clones and drilling them out and modifying them and all this cool stuff. And that was how 528 Customs started. Ecotech cloned a 528 Customs clone of a K-Fun. And so Addy Tooney sent me one of these, which he's heat treated and he built for me, wicked for me, the whole 9 yards. So basically we just refer to this as a K-Fun Tooney thingy, and it's phenomenal. Let me tell you guys, it's phenomenal. This is a really great, like 2015 retro airy, super, super airy vape. 25 watts on a 0.3. Those nice, long, cool, flavorful, surprisingly flavorful.
It's delightful.
It is delightful. I've got some Saddle Horse Blues. I'm out right now. I'm not out. I have another bottle downstairs, but this is Saddle Horse Blues, orange and mango. So if you guys aren't hip to Shane and Brandy up in Alberta, Canada, Saddle Horse, two of my favorite people. They're two of my favorite people in the whole world. I love Shane and Brandy so much. They're incredible advocates. Shane makes my favorite coils on the market. I basically use Saddle Horse Blues coils in everything, and Duchess coils. Shout out to Duchess in here. But really just phenomenal stuff. And here's what I learned. You have to treat these like K-Funs. You have to fill it from the bottom.
Yeah, after how many rewicks?
6.
Yeah. When he was telling me about this, I was at work.
You guys,
and I called him and he was like, yeah, he did it like 3 more times. And I was like, you said you were done rewicking it for the day, but no, you just kept going at it.
I had to try again. Casey Hearts Cocktails in the chat, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us today, Case. Much appreciated. Yeah, you have to fill it from the bottom. It's like a K-Fun. There's something about the pressure inside the tank. and this is my assumption, this is the only reason that I think this, I was top filling it. And every time it would just flood. And I'm like, my fucking wicking's bad. My wicking's bad. So I reached out to Addy on Instagram and I was like, brother, you got to help me out here, man. This is pre my time, right? This is 2015. I started vaping in 2017. This is pre my time. What am I doing wrong? And we went through all these things. I showed him pictures of my wicks, like all this stuff. Finally, he's like, how are you filling it? And I'm like, well, there's a top cap. I'm just filling it right up, right? And he's like, no. There's a screw on the bottom, like K-Funds. You have to unscrew the screw, fill through the screw hole, screw the screw back in, and then flip your tank. And somehow that creates pressure inside the tank, which prevents your liquid from just flooding your chamber. That's my assumption. That's what I'm going
Flooding
with.
my chamber.
It's just, yeah. You don't want to flood your chamber.
Don't flood your chamber.
Don't flood your chamber, everybody. And that's what I'm assuming, because literally it was just pouring out of these huge airflow holes. It was just pouring. So, all right. So we had some, that's what I've been vaping. That's what I've got for all of our vape stuff. We had some more donations. So I just want to do a few quick little shout outs to people in chat. Tyler, thank you for your donation so much. Rhett, thank you so much for your donation. David, thank you so much for your donation. You guys, we've already crushed our $200. Like, that was the high end, you guys. I assumed that we might maybe possibly hit $200 today. We've already done it. We've been live for 16 minutes and we've already hit $200 for CASAA. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
like,
you
that's
guys are
incredible.
amazing.
That's absolutely incredible. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in so far, who's here, everybody in chat. Thank you guys. I tried to set like low expectations, right? For this, we're in the middle of a pandemic. A lot of people aren't working right now. It's winter. It's almost Christmas. Money is tight, but you guys just dug right into your wallets and you gave today already, and beyond grateful for you. Thank you guys so much. So yes, there we go. Shout outs. We're good. We are going to, I guess we'll pick our first. We did have
a couple comments saying that we should wait till the end.
Do you guys want to wait till the end and then just do a t-shirt? We'll do like 3. Okay. Is that okay with you guys? If $300 gets crushed, will there be dancing? I'll dance for you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Adam, if we hit $300, bro, I'm dancing 100%. You had a question for me? Yeah, dude, just DM me after we're all done. Like I said, I'll be hanging out the rest of the day after this, getting this turned into a podcast. I'll be around. So if anybody has, whatever you guys want to do, perfect. CASAA doesn't like donations outside of the US. Pam, I'm sure we can Pancakes. I'm sure we can figure something out. If you're really interested in donating, DM me. We can find a way to move some money to CASAA. Absolutely. We can do that. If you're interested in doing that, I'm sure we could find a way to do that. Let's see. CASAA accepts my monthly donation, though. There you go. Pancakes, message Breestones. Maybe he has a way to get donations directly to CASAA. If you guys can't donate through the link here, I would encourage everybody to donate to CASAA right on their site if you can. We've done it a number of times since we've started our Patreon, where we've just given our entire patronage to CASAA. We've just, here you go. Thanks for everything you guys do. Months where we didn't need it or we weren't doing anything with it, we just give it right to CASAA. Yeah. So that's what we do. And obviously today you guys have already just crushed this goal. So X1 in the chat, if you guys just want to wait till the end and we'll pick 3 winners and we'll do all 3 tiers, let us know. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and I'll pick the first winner now. I'll give you guys a minute. We'll have a vape.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into our CASAA news and advocacy. Breestone says X1 for dancing. He just wants to see me dance. We'll have to put on some license-free music or something to dance to.
I know. I'm not wearing appropriate pants.
Casey X1, Duchess X1. Get ready to dance. $100 coming. Sifu, hold on to your money, bro. You still have to rebuild your house. Okay.
Oh my God.
Sifu, you hold on to that money, bro. You still have to rebuild your house. I second the motion, Casey. Okay. We'll wait till the very end. We'll just pick 3 winners at the end. We'll do a first winner for the t-shirt, second winner for a hoodie, third winner for a merch.
The grand
bundle.
prize.
The grand prize. That's what we'll do. We'll just wait for the end. Are you guys ready to get into some news and advocacy?
Do it.
All right. I need one more vape before we get into this. Mitch says you're a real YouTuber.
Ooh.
They don't wear pants. She did wear pants.
Well, I am wearing pants, just they don't match. So that's why I'm sitting on this side, so you guys couldn't see my pants.
For everybody, we're straddling this desk right now.
We're
straddling the corner of this desk. See, she wore sweatpants.
Well, they're my Visit Shroot Farms.
Oh, yes. She always has to have office apparel on, you guys.
Oh my God, I wanted to wear my new robe I got in my office box, but Logan said it wasn't flattering. So
look, okay. It's like super big and puffy. And when we were on YouTube, Beck was really conscious about like self-conscious about being live and stuff. So I said, look, you can wear it if you want to, but I don't know if you're going to want to and if it's going to make you uncomfortable. I was trying to be the nice husband and look out for you. And for your self-esteem,
no, I'm wearing my
puffy. I wore that yesterday.
Tell death to go to hell. Carry Narcan.
Carry Narcan. I wore that shirt yesterday. Yeah, and I've got my CASAA shirt on, you guys. It's another great way to give to CASAA. They have a shirt for every state. I have New York. You can go right over to CASAA their website, CASAA.org, CASAA.org. And pick up some sweet merch from them. The merch that we're doing in our giveaway is going to be Rise and Vape merch. So when we do pick winners, we have a white t-shirt and a black t-shirt. So you guys can pick between the colors. You guys can pick your size. I believe Teespring does up to 3X. So pick your size. We have a white hoodie and a black hoodie as well. You guys can pick out your hoodie. And then we also have 2 different coffee mugs for the grand prize. You guys will get a t-shirt, a hoodie, a coffee cup, and a sticker. And there's 2 different coffee cups. So the winners will have some choices as to what they want to do and what they want to get. So I think we're ready. Let's get into some news and advocacy, Beck. So everybody knows we might be a little bit away from the chat while we go through a lot of this stuff, but we'll get back to everybody right when we can. The first thing.
And I'm reading from my phone because I don't have my glasses and I can't read the computer.
Yeah. I will have Beck go through our second one. I'll cover this first one really quick. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop this link right in chat for everybody. So if you guys want to read right along, and anybody tuning into this on the podcast, all of these links, everything will be right in the SoundCloud description. So you guys can head over to soundcloud.com/riseandvape. Please follow us on SoundCloud. That's much appreciated. The first thing we're going to get into is an article from ADACT or ADACT. This says the risks of vaping in a pandemic. This is from the 12th of December, so this month. Potential links between COVID-19 and electronic cigarette and vaping has come under increased scrutiny in several countries where the virus has spread rapidly over recent months. Earlier in the pandemic, a U.S. study found that young people who smoke or vape have a higher chance of catching the virus and suggested it could more easily infect lungs that were already damaged. On average, those who have used cigarettes or e-cigarettes in the last 30 days were nearly 7 times more likely to be diagnosed with COVID-19. Until very recently, there had been very little scientific research into the dangers of vaping spreading the virus through small droplets created when exhaling, which I do a lot of. Exhaling.
Yes.
I exhale.
Logan does exhale.
I do exhale. People ask me all the time if I ever inhale, and I say no.
No, exhale only.
Only exhale. I actually absorb oxygen through my skin through osmosis. I don't inhale at all. I just exhale. Yep. In November, researchers in Mexico, New Zealand, and Italy released the findings from a study suggesting that the risk of severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 or SARS-CoV-2 being transmitted by vaping indoors is not significantly higher than the risk associated with other types of exhalation. Using the measure of 160 puffs per day and comparing the results from breathing when resting, lower intensity mouth-to-lung vaping only increased the risk of transmission by 1%. For higher intensity direct-to-lung vaping, the added risk was between 5 and 17%. To put this into context, speaking for 6 minutes per hour, just 10% of the time, increased the risk to 44% when speaking 24 minutes per hour, increased the risk to 90%. Comparatively, when exposed to coughing, the added risk increased more than 260%.
Speaking of.
There you go. There's a little cough for you. Oh, God. Now we're all... No, I'm just kidding. Beck doesn't have coronavirus. Vaping is less risky than other activities such as talking and doesn't increase the risk in any significant manner when compared to rest breathing. That's some seriously big news. Now, I don't have any of the information available in front of me, but if anybody follows Phil, the rodent, over on Twitter, he has a long-running thread of smoking and vaping and those risks compared to people who don't do either, and your risks of actually catching and developing, respiratory issues, things like this from the coronavirus. It's really good stuff. I don't want to share too much of it because I don't have any of it with me right now. But smokers and vapors are extremely, extremely underrepresented in coronavirus cases. Nicotine shares the same receptors that the coronavirus shares in our blood and everything. There may be some protective qualities about nicotine as far as the coronavirus is concerned. Let's see if maybe I can get Phil's handle really quick for you guys. If you're on Twitter, please go follow Phil. I believe his pinned tweet is exactly what I'm talking about. So, yep, here's his handle. Let me just...
Frank's saying hi. Hi, everybody.
How do I share someone's page here? I know, this is riveting content. So
Frank said hi to everybody.
Let's see.
I
don't know. Twitter doesn't want to really give me a whole bunch, so I'm gonna text that to you, so I've got it.
It do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes. And then I'm gonna copy it. I got it. And then I'm gonna copy it. And then I'm gonna put it in chat for everybody. That's what we're gonna do. Hang on, guys. You got it. I was not prepared to hand out Phil's. There we go. Phil's Twitter handle, but paste. There you go. I don't know if that worked at all. I have no idea if that worked at all, but there you guys go. There's Phil. Please go follow Phil. iPhone in your hands, Logan. Yeah, dude. iPhone in my hands. Technology is hard, Casey. But there you guys go. The risks of vaping in a pandemic are virtually none. As far as transmitting to people around you, compared to talking, compared to breathing, just regular breathing, very low. Very, very low. So if anybody gives you a whole bunch of guff about vaping and they say that you're going to spread the coronavirus around, you tell them that they're wrong.
Yeah.
You tell them that them telling you that is a bigger risk than you vaping. That's what you tell them. So now we're going to head over to Denmark. I'm going to pass the news and advocacy off to Beck, and she is going to read an article from our lovely Jim McDonald.
Yes. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Much love to you. Much love to everybody over at Vaping 360.
Yes. So Denmark is following through on its promise to prohibit flavored vaping products beginning next year. The Danish Parliament approved the Danish Health Authority's Tobacco Action Plan on December 15th, and the new restrictions will begin to go into effect on April 1st, 2021. The new rules prohibit the manufacture of e-liquids and flavors other than tobacco and menthol after April 1st, 2021, but they may be sold for 1 year until April 1st, 2022. Denmark had already announced an e-liquid tax of 2 Danish kroner, about 32 US cents per milliliter, which will take effect in 2022. According to Dansk Idamperforning, DADAFO, that's the acronym for that, the Danish Vaping Consumer Group, the tax will increase the cost of a typical 10 milliliter bottle, the maximum legal bottle size in the EU of e-juice, from 30 kroner to 50 kroner, about $8.25. A 66% price increase will put vaping out of reach for many people who smoke, especially lower income people who will be unwilling to gamble that the product will work for them. When vaping products cost nearly as much as cigarettes, it eliminates one of the most important competitive advantages of vaping. As in all countries with exorbitant taxes and flavored vape bans, vapers will be left with a choice of buying overpriced tobacco and menthol flavored e-liquid or shifting to either domestic black market products, illegally imported juice, or DIY e-liquid. According to DADAFO, vapers can be fined if they are caught importing prohibited products. Aside from the flavor ban and high tax, DADAFO says the new law will also A, require plain packaging for all e-liquid and devices sold after April 1st, 2022. B, force vaping products to be hidden from public view in retail stores. And it is unclear if this will be required in specialty vape shops. C, vaping products cannot be displayed on websites, but can only be marketed with a written list of products and prices without photos or graphics. D, online sellers cannot show customer comments or recommendations or have a customer rating system. It's so silly.
Ridiculous.
E, discounts and promotional pricing will not be allowed. And F, advertising is banned, including indirect advertising like showing TV and movie characters vaping. In addition to Denmark,
censorship.
Right. In addition to Denmark, the Netherlands is also planning a flavor ban. 3 European countries, Estonia, Finland, and Hungary, already have flavor bans in place. Lithuania's parliament is closing to debating flavor restrictions, and the German drug commissioner Daniela Ludwig has said that she wants to review the flavor issue too, with an eye on instituting a ban. Finally, anti-vaping groups in Europe are pushing for flavor and other restrictions as the European Union revises the Tobacco Products Directive next year. Organizations like the European Respiratory Society and the Union share opinions and funders with American anti-vaping groups like Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids and will attempt to include harsh restrictions in the updated Tobacco Products Directive.
Yeah, so before we talk about, before I give my thoughts on any of that, I want to thank a few extra people here. We've got some extra donations rolling in, you guys. We are already at, let's see, where are we at? $337.87. You guys are absolutely incredible. I've got to wait for this to scroll a little bit for us here before I can thank everybody. But let's see. We've got Richard, we've got Tyler, we've got Rhett, we've got David, we've got Mitch. And then I'll wait for this to scroll a little bit because it's on like this automated scroll. Like, yeah, I can't see like this grandmaster list or anything. Grandmaster list. But hopefully it'll start scrolling for us here in a second. But yeah, Denmark has lost their mind. And this starts April next year, I believe you said.
Yep.
April 1st.
April 1st, 2021. But they
it already passed. It's already.
Yeah, but they have until April 1st, 2022 to. So
this goes into effect, but then has a year.
Yeah.
Extension, yeah. I guess, before any fines or anything, any criminal charges gets pressed against anybody. So yeah, banning flavors, huge taxes, all sorts of regulations, no advertising at all, really anywhere. They're not sure exactly if they're going to make vape shops like put things behind cases. So even if you were to walk into a vape shop, you're just going to see like blank covered cases and you won't know what you're there for.
Yeah.
You'll walk in and it'll just be, they'll be covered and everybody will say, well, what do you have? And you'll be like, well, you have to ask for something specific for me to pull it out to show you. This is absurd. It's absolutely absurd. Okay. We've got some scrolling going on. Tobias, Daryl, Tom, thank you guys. If I haven't mentioned your name yet for donating, I will. Again, we're on this little scrolling thing.
Scroll so we can see.
But yeah, I don't have like some big grand list. I wish I did. But thank you to everybody who's donating. Much appreciated, you guys. We've already absolutely crushed the goal. You guys are all incredible. But yeah, like Adam, like Breeze Stones in chat said, sounds like Australia. Mm-hmm. Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing. And it's so frustrating for all of you, for us here. it's just so frustrating because we all vape. We all know how effective this is at helping people quit smoking. We all know how many lives we can save. We all know all these. We've all seen You Don't Know Nicotine. If you haven't, you can head over to watchibex.com. You can head over there, get the 7-day free trial. Go watch You Don't Know Nicotine for free, and then you can just cancel that trial if you want to. So if you haven't seen it, you can go see it completely for free at no cost to you. Go watch You Don't Know Nicotine if you haven't yet. But we all know, like, this is absurd. And I saw in the chat earlier, I think Breeze Tones was saying something about, what are we going to have next? A sugar tax, a burger tax, a caffeine tax? Are we going to ban flavored caffeinated drinks?
Why are we side note, but why are we even considering a tax on this when we still haven't gotten rid of the pink tax? Because that's a real thing. Just saying. Like, why?
Thank you.
I don't know. Why do women have to pay more? Why do...
It's a perfectly good question.
For the same thing that men get. That's why I buy men's clothing.
Right.
Well, not all, but a lot of my clothing is like men's shirts.
And it's
better
probably
quality.
cheaper and better quality.
Cheaper and better quality. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing.
Yeah. Women pay twice the amount for half the fabric.
Literally. And no pockets.
And zero pockets.
Don't get me started on the pockets.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, that's Denmark, everybody. Just a shit. And there's not much we can do for Denmark. If you are in Denmark or if you're anywhere over there, I don't know exactly how Denmark's legislation and things like that works. I'm not very well versed in the ways that Denmark operates, but if you can reach out to anyone to see if this can be overturned. I don't know what kind of advocacy groups you guys have in Denmark. Reach out to whoever you can reach out to. It sounds like there's still kind of time to maybe have things taken off of this or backtracked. I'm sure lawsuits can be filed. So reach out to whoever you can reach out to. Find out what can be done out in Denmark because this is absurd. This costs so many lives. Yeah. So many lives. And I don't know. What blows my mind is when countries or states or whoever does this double whammy where they want to ban flavors and increase taxes. If you ban flavors, nobody's going to use it, so you're not going to get any of that tax money. Like the amount of, if you didn't ban flavors but you put a tax on it, at least people would still, other than very low income people who this directly affects, who won't be able to afford these high taxed e-cigarettes, but those who can will still have all the flavors available to them. Thus, they will still go use vapor products. And then in turn, you'll actually get the tax money that you just put these taxes on. But if you ban flavors and raise taxes, no one's going to use, or very few people will use the product. You're not going to get any of your tax dollars. It's really backwards thinking. And I've always questioned, so the idea, again, really isn't that they want to make taxes off of it. They want people to go back to smoking where they know they'll make taxes off of it. All of this is just a deterrent for people not to vape. That's really what it is. Shell, good to see you in chat. Yeah. Casey says the pocket thing is a real crime. I agree, Casey.
Do you know, I learned that back in the day, hundreds of years ago, women weren't allowed to have pockets because men were afraid that they would hide things from them and, whatever. And
probably because they didn't want you to have something to defend yourself with in your pocket.
And
that's fucked up.
And I'm like,
carry a knife, women.
It's 2020. Why
go buy a gun or something?
What?
Fucked up. Men are
Why
terrible.
do we not have pockets? I refuse to buy pants unless they have pockets. But that's as far into that as I will go because I could literally go on all day about pockets. But before we get into this next article, I just want to make a note too about this picture because on this next article, which I know obviously you'll have to go to the link or
sure.
But this picture is interesting because it's about youth use. I wonder if that picture is of a youth.
So you also have to understand too, they do this all the time. They'll show a 20-something-year-old and they'll say youth, but to them, basically anyone it gets wild. Some articles will mention up to 25-year-olds being youth.
Okay.
And a lot of times they talk about youth and young adults. So like your 21, 22-year-olds, but then your headline will just say youth.
Because it just like the youth use, and then there's a giant picture of a girl smoking a cigarette with a couple nose rings, but it makes me.
I mean, at this point, you would assume if I'm assuming I'm
no, okay,
kind
so,
of gender assuming here, if this individual got these piercings done at a shop professionally, I would assume she would be 18. But that's not always true,
but that's
right?
what I mean. But it's a youth article, and
Right.
the fact that if this person is underage and smoking a cigarette, it just proves that, like, you're gonna get it if you want to get it. Like, and same
Sure.
with the piercings in New York State, it's illegal to get piercings under 18 without a parent.
Right.
And so, like, I
mean,
don't know.
She's got nose ring. Is this you smoking this Marlboro
No,
right
I don't
here?
have a septum ring anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. You don't have a septum ring anymore. But yeah, and a lot of times the headlines, the photo to go with it, it's all attention grabby, retweety, click propaganda.
I don't like it.
BS.
Sorry, I just had to make a point about that picture.
Yeah, I agree, and I see it. We see it all the time with articles and things like that on this subject. We see it all the time. But this article is from the Winston-Salem Journal. Youth use of traditional cigarettes rises in 2020. E-cigarette use drops slightly. This is from Richard Craver. The rate of youth use of traditional cigarettes rose in 2020, while e-cigarette use dropped slightly, according to the latest version of a national report on alcohol, drugs, and tobacco. The 2020 Monitoring the Future study, which I'm sure a lot of people are very familiar with, released this week by the University of Michigan, found that 12th graders' consumption of traditional cigarettes increased from a record low of 5.7. We were almost down to 5%. Like, that is what most countries would consider a smoke-free population.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not the same for adults. Adult use is still higher. But on the youth level, we were almost basically down to a smoke-free generation. 5.7% in 2019 to 7.5%. We're back up to 7.5%, everybody. Meanwhile, 28.2% of 12th graders said they vaped at least once during the 30-day period. That's down from a record high of 30.9% in 2019. Researchers began reviewing vaping in 2015 when the rate was 16.3. So you can see there, they actually do a good job of mentioning that is at least once in a 30-day period. When the FDA, when these studies come out, these surveys, a lot of times you'll hear these big alarming numbers.
Yeah.
And they'll say current use. A lot of times whenever you hear the words current use, what they're actually talking about is at least once in the past 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are 17 years old and you go to a party and you're hanging out with your friends and somebody says, "Hey bro, do you want to hit my jewel?" And you go, "Yeah, sure." And you hit that jewel and then you go, "Oh no, this is terrible. I don't want anything to do with
You're
this."
considered a current
and
user.
You answer that on this survey that you did use a jewel once in this last month, you're considered a current user. You go into that big statistic. But clearly, that number is down. To continue on with the article, smokeless tobacco use remained at a historic low of 3.5%, which smokeless tobacco, they would assume anything between dip, chew, snooze, nicotine pouches. Typically, most oral is oral tobacco.
Super relevant when I was in high school because lots of farms out here. Yeah. So lots of farmers.
That's a real area thing. Like, you don't see a lot of smokeless tobacco use in major cities, but you see it a lot in more rural areas.
All the guys that went to the trade school I went to, they all had dip in their mouth all the time with the bottle. Empty Mountain Dew bottles all the time.
Yep. Remained at a historic low of 3.5%. Now, flavored nicotine pouches and how this was also some kind of magical gateway into a lifelong addiction to nicotine and all this other bullshit remained right at 3.5%. Historic lows. Back to the article, consumption is considered at least one use of the products in a 30-day period. Researchers typically survey between 40,000 and 50,000 8th, 10th, and 12th grade students in about 400 secondary schools. For 2020, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, 11,821 students were surveyed from 112 secondary schools from February 11th to March 14th. On Thursday, the Food and Drug Administration and Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, released their 2020 National Youth Tobacco Survey report. Their report found that 23.6, oh, I lost it. It did a weird little scrolly thing because of advertisements. God damn it, advertisements. Their report found that 23.6% of high schoolers said that they had used a tobacco product at least once in a 30-day period during 2019, as well as 8.2% who said they used multiple tobacco products. Traditional cigarettes were used by 4.6% of high schoolers, along with electronic cigarettes by 19.6 approximately. And I quote, approximately 1 in 6 U.S. middle and high school students, or approximately 4.47 million youths overall, reported current use of any tobacco product, according to the report. The comprehensive and sustained implementation of evidence-based tobacco control strategies at the national, state, and local levels, combined with tobacco product regulation by the U.S. FDA, is warranted for continuing progress toward reducing and preventing all forms of tobacco product use among U.S. youths. Now, this is quite a lengthy article. That's just the first bit of it. I would encourage everybody to go read the rest of it. I have put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat one more time. But yes, so I have a whole bunch of thoughts on this. I have a whole bunch of thoughts on what this article is talking about. Youth usage is down.
Yes.
We've known that for a while. It's still on the decline. Obviously, the pandemic has made it a lot harder for the youth to access vaping products, tobacco products in general.
Plus all these bans everywhere.
But the key note here is that traditional cigarette use rose. For years and years and years, all of our messaging, our stigmatizing, shit-lying messaging directed at youth was all about smoking. Now, that's a good and a bad thing. The idea for most public health organizations was to, yes, tell some white lies, over-exaggerate, in the hopes that we can save as many lives as possible because smoking kills millions of people every year. I don't know if that's justified or not. I think stigmatizing people and lying to the public is just a shitty thing to do overall. I think that we should be honest and open about information regarding things like cigarettes and drugs and sex and all of this stuff, so people can make their own informed decisions for themselves. But the idea for years in tobacco control was, yes, we're going to lie, we're going to exaggerate, but it was in the hopes that they could save as many lives as possible. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we're not even talking about cigarettes anymore. Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids rarely mentions cigarettes, ever. Truth Initiative rarely mentions cigarettes, ever. Public health organizations, the CDC, the FDA, most of them don't even put out messaging at this point about smoking. All of their messaging is vaping, e-cigarettes. Same tactics, lies, over-exaggerations, all of this stuff. And their idea was to just follow that through. Stick to what we're doing, but we'll change the product. What has happened? We have bans. We're allowing adults to go back to cigarettes. We're no longer giving messaging.
More lies.
And now youths now believe, and this is evidence of this increase in cigarette use, that cigarettes are safer. Our youths, who we didn't want smoking, who our original messaging was for, now they believe that cigarettes are safer because all of our lies directed around vaping has caused youth to believe that cigarettes are now safer. You want to talk about the entire next generation with an addiction and the percentage of those people who will die from smoking-related illnesses and diseases? You can thank our public health officials for that. You can thank Matt Myers over at Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids for that. You can thank the Truth Initiative for the next generation of smoking-related illnesses and deaths that we're going to have because of the increases that we're going to, I'm assuming, we'll probably keep seeing. As long as our messaging around vaping and safer nicotine products doesn't change, if that messaging stays the same where we are right now, we're going to continue to see more generations dying to cigarette use. And we can thank our public health officials for that. Nick Grim Green, good to see you in chat, brother. Much love to you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. That right there, though, everybody is basically going to do it for our news and advocacy. So I just want to check on our donations here, see how we're doing, you guys. Again, thank you all so much for hanging out and donating. So we're right where we were. All right, good, cool, fantastic. Yo-Yo CJ Train. Let's see some people here in chat that I haven't said hello to. Ian Thomas, yo-ha to you. Thanks for hanging out. I think we've got everybody though. Megan, I said hello to. Shelly, I said hello to. Dave, Richard, Ian, Tyler, Megan. Okay. All right. We're all caught up there. So normally right now, after news and advocacy, we would be taking a break and we would
CASAA.
be running a CASAA promo during our weekly episodes. But I think we're doing a hell of a job promoting CASAA right now as is. So I'm going to leave the CASAA promo out of this episode, everybody. So I know that you all will miss Alex Clark's beautiful voice, but we're going to leave it out. We're going to leave it out and we're going to move forward. So this is where we get into our side topic of the week, little non-vapey things for everybody to just kind of hang out while we chit chat about. Typically, our patrons would be voting on this. If anybody is ever interested in joining our Patreon, it's just patreon.com/riseandvape. It's $5 a month and you get a whole bunch of goodies. But one of those goodies is voting on our side topics. This week, we didn't hold a poll. We're just going to kind of do holiday stuff. We had a poll last week. Happy holidays. Last week, we had a poll, and the two that didn't get the winning vote were trips down holiday memory lane and our top 3 Christmas movies.
Yes.
So what do you want to do?
I think we could mesh it.
You want to mesh it?
We could totally mesh it.
So what do you want to do first?
Trips down
holiday memory lane.
I have a good one that we can talk about.
Okay. I'll let you go first then. Okay.
So this is, excuse me. This is a dual one. I'm going to just pull you in on this one. We try to do family vacations because I've lived far away. I've lived in Washington State. Well, all my family was in New York. My brother has lived all around.
Seafood, sorry. Yeah. So I don't see no dance. I'll dance at the end, you guys.
But my brother's lived all around the country because he's in the Marines. Right now, he's out in Hawaii. And in 2016, my whole family, my parents, me, Logan, our girls, my brother and his wife, and then my sister and her boyfriend, we all went to Florida together.
Yeah, I drove.
And it was for Christmas. We left. We got there on December 23rd, I remember, like that night, because it was my brother's birthday.
Day before Christmas Eve, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun.
It was 18 hours
we
from
drove.
Where
Everybody
we are
else
in New York. Everybody else flew. We drove. We packed the kids car and everything in your mom's Jeep, which it's like a SUV kind of Jeep.
Like I don't know what kind it is.
Grand Cherokee?
Yeah,
maybe.
So like a new one. I don't know.
Yeah, one of the newer kind of Jeep SUV things. We packed all of us in. We had DVD player. Kids had games,
all
tablets.
of our Christmas presents. So like I had to try and hide Santa's presents on the drive. It was so hard though.
One of the biggest things that I remember, my lovely wife here does not always have the best road etiquette. So I drove from here to Georgia straight. We made it all the way to Georgia, straight drive. But I was beat. I was like, look, I need you to take over. And we were in like Georgia deadlock. Okay.
Yeah, literally on the highway, just not moving.
Yeah, not moving. I was like, can you just take over? This is like the easiest part of this drive. I just want to catch like an hour of sleep. I just needed a nap. Beck made it 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe, if that.
About it.
Just got super mad, and I was like, fuck it, I'll drive. Don't worry about it.
No, but the worst part was when I went to get back in the car. Well, we did a
little Chinese fire drill, little switcheroo.
But like I went to get back in the car, and I hit my head on the door.
Oh, she was so mad.
And I got very angry.
Yeah, she was real mad.
Well, okay, let me give a little disclaimer, though. If you've listened to our past episodes, you know, like while I was living in Washington, I made that drive from New York State to Washington State more times than I'd like to remember. And so I just don't do well on long drives.
No. Actually, I take that back. We did not drive straight to Georgia.
No.
We didn't. We stopped in North Carolina for the night at your friend's house.
My best friend.
And we stayed there. That's right. I actually kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, actually, Natalie was just talking about that the other day.
Yeah, we did do that. So I did get some sleep there. And then continued our drive.
Yeah, but
Georgia
anyways,
didn't go well for you.
Yeah, no, that wasn't good.
Yeah, no, Georgia didn't go well for you.
It was super fun though, because it was like it had been a long time since
the first
my whole
time I was
family
ever
was
in
all
Florida.
together. It was your first
time ever in Florida. Yeah.
And we didn't do like any of the theme parks or anything like that, but
we went to
Disney Springs. Formerly known, I call it Downtown Disney because that's what
the shops and
it's like. Yeah, shops and Rainforest Cafe and like they have a bunch of.
We went to. What was that? It wasn't Dinosaur Barbecue, was it? What was that place that we went to?
It was like the Rainforest Cafe, but it was with dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was super dope. I don't remember the name.
And at the time, our youngest Natalie was obsessed with Triceratops.
Oh, yeah. Everything was Triceratops.
Even she had little Triceratops vans.
Oh yeah.
So
but we went to like the Disney candy shop down there. We went all over down there. And then we also went, what was that place we went to? The upside down.
Oh, Wonderworks. If you've ever been to Orlando in Florida, you know what Wonderworks is. It's like the White House, but it looks like it's upside down.
It's super cool. It looks like somebody literally took the White House, picked it up out of the ground
and just flipped
it and then dropped it on
I
its
love
head.
that place. There's like it's just like a lot of like cool, like sciencey but magic-y.
Yeah,
like,
you go through like these tunnels that are super like disorienting.
The first tunnel you walk in, it's like it's got this. It's a little. It's like a little passage. It's like a little walk path. But the thing around it spins.
It spins and it's super.
It's like you're in a dryer, but it looks like you're in space. So you're like, oh god.
Yeah, you're kind of going through like a time warp. Basically, or like a space warp. It's really cool. Lots of fun stuff to do down there.
Our youngest went on a bed of nails. There.
Yeah, she laid on a bed of nails.
You and I went on a space simulator, and I almost threw up.
That happened. That was a thing.
But yeah, like just celebrating Christmas down there was so fun with the kids, and they talk about it all the time.
Yeah, and it was the first time I'd ever had a mermaid.
Oh my god!
Let me tell you guys, there's absolutely nothing unmanly about ordering a mermaid. It's like the greatest drink I've ever had. It was like a slushie.
Yeah, it's just like a fruity
green apple, blue raz, rum.
I don't even know what it was.
Slushy thing. I don't know. I drank a whole bunch of them by the pool, and it was phenomenal.
We've tried to find this recipe online for this drink, but it doesn't really matter because I don't drink anymore.
See, Casey Hart's cocktail. She doesn't even know what a mermaid is. It's all I can tell you is it's a slushie that's boozy and it's like blue and green.
Yeah.
And it's blue and green. So I'm gonna leave that to Casey to figure out what a mermaid is.
We tried to find it. I don't drink anymore, but I would make it's by choice.
What's that blue?
Blue curacao.
Yeah, I'm sure that's in it.
That's got to be in there.
It's got to be in there.
I don't know what the green was though.
I think it was like some kind of green apple.
Yeah, it had to have been.
But like a sweet green apple, not like a overly sour.
I don't like green apple. I really
Rancher.
like that drink.
Oh my god, it was so good on a hot day. And then I got calls from work if I had been out to work that morning.
Yeah, and while we were sitting by the pool.
I'm in Florida. What do you mean? Yeah, I'll never forget that either. Yeah.
But,
and the resort that we stayed at was beautiful.
Oh my god,
it was amazing.
That's literally I've been going to that same exact resort since I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
Obviously, like not every year, but throughout the years, I've been quite a few times, and I love that resort so much.
Yeah.
The pools, the waterfalls. It's just like,
so good. That was probably one of the best like holiday Christmas memories that I have. I have one that's really near and dear to my heart. It's short and sweet. For a lot of people that know me, we'll get a little personal. My mom was gone for a lot of my childhood. I didn't see my mom very much. I only saw her a handful of times. But Christmas, my mom would come up sometimes and I would get to see her. And when I was really little, I have this vivid memory of my mom coming up from North Carolina and visiting for Christmas and surprising me at my grandparents' house Christmas morning. And so I woke up, my grandparents had this big white fake tree. It was all, you guys know what I'm talking about, the white tree.
Like an Edward
white tree.
Scissorhands.
Yeah, presents underneath. The whole family was there. I remember getting up. We were doing presents. And I remember there was a box, and I think either my mom had stopped by my grandparents or something, but there was a box from my mom. And so I was already like bawling, like my mom, And so I'm opening this gift. I don't even remember what it was, though. I don't remember what the present was, but I remember opening it up. And then I turned around and my mom was in the doorway to the living room, like waiting.
Oh my God.
And like, so I could have cared less what the present even was. Yeah. Like that was like that's seeing my mom on Christmas. That was my present. And I'll never forget just like crying, opening this present and turning around. And my mom was just right there. Like it's this really like kind of vivid, but like there's some details that I don't remember about this memory, but I'll just never forget that.
Yeah.
And that right there for, young, I don't know, 5-year-old Logan was like one of the greatest Christmases I can possibly remember.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just like one of those things that I'll never forget.
Like every year growing up, we would switch. One year we would do Thanksgiving at my mom's family's house and then Christmas at my dad's.
I know I'm a little choked up thinking about it right now, Casey.
But
oh, Dave, that's not good. That's not good, Dave.
I thought that was, I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, and I just like loved going over to my grandma's house, and it was always so warm, and you could just like sit on the couch and immediately fall asleep.
Did you guys do Christmas Eve with your grandparents?
Every other year, because we would switch.
Oh, okay, so a big thing for my family on my mom's side. My mom moved back when I was about 9, and we started doing Christmas Eves up at like her parents, my grandparents on that side. So every Christmas Eve from then on until a few years ago when my grandparents passed away, Christmas Eve was at their house. And that was the whole family and everybody was there. We would do a big dinner. We would always get chicken wings, and my grandma always wanted just plain chicken wings.
Same with my grandma. Same with my grandma.
Just plain.
Extra crispy though.
Extra crispy, plain. Same thing.
That's so funny that our grandmas were the same in that way.
Same thing. But there's this really dumb like holiday tradition in that side of my family that I still love. And so I kind of still do it on Christmas here. And we would just get into paper fights.
I love it.
The whole house. Once everybody opened all their presents, we would go around, someone would play Santa. We would do the whole song and dance. Everybody would open gifts. But at the end, everybody would wad up all their paper into balls. And we would like hide behind couches and like my grandparents' recliners and like all over and we would just have like a snowball fight essentially, but with paper balls inside the house. And I can remember when I was really little, my grandma would like get really irritated about it. She'd be like, I hope you guys clean up this mess and all that stuff. But the last couple of years, you could just see her like sitting over in her recliner. She would try to catch them, and like she just gave up on the house. She finally just like settled in, like, this is tradition. I'm just going to get involved and stop complaining about it. No sauce at all. Yeah, just crispy and plain. Yep. Adam, just crispy and plain.
I know. I'm starting a new holiday tradition this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called the Holiday Hunchback.
Oh, yes. We talked about this. Yes.
So I've always been a big fan of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And legit, like 2nd grade, I went to school, Hunchback of Notre Dame outfit with the Esmeralda on it, the backpack, the lunchbox with the thermos. Like, I'm aging myself. But so recently while I was thrift shopping, I found a figurine of Quasimodo. It's like this big. It's like, how big is that? Like a foot tall?
Yep.
And
we also have Donkey.
Oh, I have Shrek and Donkey too.
Oh yeah, we have Shrek and Donkey as well. They're about the same size. But
basically, I'm gonna gift it to somebody, and every year he has to keep gifting him, and whoever gets Quasimodo is the holiday fool.
The Holiday Hunchback.
Holiday Hunchback.
Yep. I just love this idea of like starting a new tradition,
I just love it.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see like what that hunchback looks like after it's traveled the family.
I'm so excited.
20 years from now. That's what I'm excited to see. I'm looking forward to that For
Good
sure.
time. I'm so
For
stoked.
sure. Do you have any other holiday memories or things that you want to?
I talked a lot about it last week in our last podcast about like baking, and that was a big memory
Yeah.
for me.
And for everybody out there, if you haven't listened to that podcast, it's the Baking with Beck episode.
Ian, Quasimodo, that name doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, damn, Ian. Good one, brother. Good one. But you guys should go listen to that episode. Beck loves to bake in the holidays. And she listed off all this really delicious stuff. And I just salivated the whole time. And you should also follow her over on Instagram at Becky Exhales, no underscore like my name, just all one. She's been posting recipes and pictures.
And just know I'm a little behind.
She's a little behind.
Because I've been working a lot this weekend at my regular job.
Yeah.
So, but this week I have 4 more shifts.
Yes, Dave.
I have 4 more shifts in a row, but I'm gonna try and get stuff more of the recipes posted.
And a lot of these they're like family recipes.
Honestly, the hardest part is just copying all the recipes down onto my phone. Yeah. Because I have pictures, but yeah, I'll be posting that. So keep an eye out on my Instagram at Becky Exhales, and I'll be posting more of our family recipes if you are so inclined to check it out.
But baking is a big tradition.
Yep, baking is a big thing for me and my family, both sides of my family.
Yeah.
There's like my family, both sides, my dad and my mom's side, we're always the ones with the boxes of the cookie exchange. Like,
yep.
But yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess our next topic that we're going to kind of wrap this whole thing up with today is our top 3 favorite holiday movies.
Yes.
So you just want to take turns here?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Ladies first?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll go first. So I gotta say, a classic, Tales of This Time, Nightmare Before Christmas. How can it not be on your list?
Yes.
Like,
it's a good one.
Multi-holiday. I love something that dual use. I love that shit. And yeah. Danny Elfman, Johnny Depp, or Johnny Depp's not in that. Why did I just say his name?
No, not Johnny Depp.
What am I thinking? I was just thinking of Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
That's why I was thinking. Yeah,
Tim Burton and Johnny Depp do 100 million things together. They're literally they're like best friends.
Twins.
But he's not in that at all. Johnny Depp isn't in Nightmare Before Christmas at all.
But it's
an amazing movie. My favorite song.
I feel like I don't even really need to talk about it that much because like
everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Like
my favorite song is I don't remember the name of the song, but it's when Jack is in the graveyard.
Jack's Overture?
Is that it?
I don't know.
Is that the name?
Sounds about right.
It sounds about right. Yeah, that's my favorite one. That's my favorite song out of that.
Yeah.
Phenomenal movie. You know what my number 1 favorite like holiday Christmas movie is?
I'm going like 3-1.
Oh, you're going to 3-1? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll do number 3. My number 3 is Die Hard.
There it is, guys.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie. I will fight anyone that disagrees.
I knew it was coming.
And Casey actually put it in chat earlier. Yep. I gave her a little nod because it's one of my top 3 favorite movies. Like
I know
Die Hard Day is like, how can Die Hard? Anybody that argues that Die Hard's not a Christmas movie is dead.
I know Team Green Pickles is definitely pro Die Hard.
Yes, Die Hard Day is just the best day, and it always gets me like really just amped for the holidays. You know, so yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers! That's my number 3. That is my number 3. What do you got for a number 2?
Probably. I mean, I feel like I'm so cliche with my answers.
No.
But like my go-to, I really like Elf.
Oh.
I mean, I love Will Ferrell. I feel like
it's such a good one.
Either you love him or you hate him. Yeah. I love him. I
think just for me, there's only like 1 or 2 things I think ever where I was like cringeworthy with Will Ferrell.
There was a movie I saw with him in it, and he put a kitten in a gym bag and then put it in a river, and I couldn't watch it anymore. You know
what my favorite Will Ferrell movie is, and a lot of people have never even seen it? It's called Everything Must Go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, and it's not a comedy. I mean, it's a little funny here and there, but it's like, I love seeing comedians in like serious like dramas or things like that. I love seeing a comedian who's like somebody like Will Ferrell, who you just like, he's a comedian. Everything he does is comedy. do something like that film, which is like a more serious kind of drama film, and crush it. It's such a good movie. But yeah, Elf.
I don't know. It's like, it's just one of those, like,
it's just a feel good, fun,
it really
funny.
is. And like this time of year, it's just like comforting. It's like and it's like one of my mom's favorites. Like,
yeah, that's definitely a really good one. The kids love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we watch Elf every Christmas.
Yeah.
The kids love that movie. They laugh every time. Jack's Lament is what Duchess said. That's the name of that song. Not Jack's Overture.
Oh, that's it.
Jack's Lament. That is the name of that song. Yes, for sure. I always wanted a Nakatomi Plaza t-shirt. You and me both, Bree Stones. You and me. I just want a t-shirt with Bruce Willis crawling through the ducks. Like with the lighter. That's what I want. I want that on a t-shirt.
Tom, I'm so glad you guys like those cookies. They're so good.
Yes.
You fantastic. The Rice Krispie ones.
Nice.
They're so good and they're so easy.
Yeah, they are. They're I can't eat a lot of them. I'm on a diet, you guys. I just bought an elliptical. Okay.
Yeah.
Just bought an elliptical today. We went and picked it up this morning. Yeah. For the win.
But yeah, so what's your one?
My number 2 is a classic. And it is Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Okay.
With the heat miser and the cold miser.
Yeah.
Put one foot in front. I love that movie.
My favorite.
It's just one of my favorite ones.
My favorite Christmas song is the Heat Miser, Cold Miser one.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah. I just love a lot of those classic, like the classic Christmas ones like that, like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph. I love Rudolph. Like Yukon Cornelius is one of my favorite characters.
He's a personal hero of yours.
Ever. He's a national treasure. Okay. But I love Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It's just one of my favorite classic, like Christmas holiday movies. It's something that I love. It's something that I can watch with the kids and they love it. Our youngest loves the Cold Miser song. She was out in the kitchen singing it just the other day. So that's like a really fun, and it's a classic, like those movies I watched when I was this
Our
big.
parents grew up on them.
Yeah.
We grew up on them. Now our kids are growing up on them.
Yeah.
I love that, like, multi-generational.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love being
like the old Frosty.
Oh, yeah.
So good. All those old movies. So good. But that's one of my favorite ones. That's one of my favorites. That's my number 2. What's your number 1? What's your top Christmas or holiday movie of all time?
I don't think you guys are ready.
I'm not ready.
Because I broke the rules.
Oh.
It's not a movie. It's a TV show. Can you guess?
I'm going to take one shot at it.
What were we watching this morning?
What do we watch every morning? The Office.
Okay, but can we just talk about how incredible that scene is where Dwight's like, we need some real Christmas music.
And Trans-Siberian
Orchestra.
Yeah.
Like that, like Belschnickel.
If you had to pick, because there's a few Christmas
Classy
episodes.
Santa, Moroccan there was the Moroccan Christmas,
yeah.
Morocco Christmas.
Which one would be your favorite?
I think it was, as ridiculous as it was, probably, oh God, they're all so good in their own way. Maybe the Teapot Christmas.
Teapot Christmas is really good. Yeah.
Teapot Christmas is so good.
Yeah. Oh, and guess what you just got in your Office holiday box?
I got the Teapot, guys.
So I get back the Culture Fly Office box thing. Was it quarterly?
Yeah, it's quarterly.
It's quarterly. So I get it for her every time. We just sign up for it. And so she always, every couple of months, she gets this box of Office like merch and goodies and stuff
that you can't really find like anywhere else.
Yeah, you can't find it anywhere
there's a couple
else.
things, but like for the most part, it's all pretty unique.
And the one this month for Christmas had the teapot, like the Jim and Pam teapot in it.
And also, if you guys are Office fans or have watched the show, if you know the Christmas where everybody gets the robes, except for Toby doesn't get one, I got a robe in my box.
She did.
I got a robe.
She did. She got
and it came
robe.
with a little stocking that says Belschnickel.
Yep. It's got, it came with a stocking. It came with some
ornaments.
Culture Fly
cool.
boxes. Are super, super cool.
I love it.
Yeah. So, I just have to support my wife's office dependency over here.
I just had to get a new shelf for my Office Funko Pops because I got more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How many do you have now?
I don't know.
Like 20 something.
20 something, yeah.
20 something office pops. She's a collector of sorts.
People don't get it. When I say I'm an Office fan, they don't understand.
They don't understand.
Oh, I'm sorry though. What's your number one? We've
My
gone way off topic.
Number
here.
one favorite holiday Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's super cliche, but it's something that like I watched with my mom loves this movie. Okay. And it's something that I've watched with my mom. I watched it for years and years. Every Christmas Eve, we would watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And it's just one of my favorite ones. Like the cat under the couch. They're like, oh, we're just going to put this couch back. Like, I just love that movie so much. The tree on the station wagon, just everything about that movie is just like Christmas. And I've seen it so many times. And it just makes me think of my mom and the holidays. And like,
well, like a lot of these newer movies, like they're okay, but like nothing is like what we grew up on. And controversial, but I don't like Hallmark movies. I think they're all the same.
Yeah.
I'm sure people could say that shit about the things that I like, but I don't care. My opinion.
Yeah, that's my number one. It's a movie that I look forward to watching every year, and it never gets old. It never gets old. The Miser Brothers are in A Year Without Santa Claus, Logan. Oh, maybe that's the name of it. Maybe it's not Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah,
maybe
that's probably
A Year
it.
Without
Yep,
Santa.
Okay.
That's it. There's one of those other like that. I was thinking of they're all kind of in that same art style category holidays, like the Rudolph, the Santa Claus is Coming to Town. But you're right. That is A Year Without Santa Claus is what that one is.
But I will give you guys an actual movie for my number one though.
Yeah, Nick, absolutely.
I will.
I just love that movie, man.
I will give you an actual movie though for my number one.
Okay.
I won't break the rules.
Oh, you already did. You already broke the rules. This is your
but this is
your top echelon number one. That was just like your lower echelon number one.
Yeah. It's like 1A, 1B.
There you go.
Okay, so what about Home Alone?
Home Alone is such a good Christmas movie.
Like the pranks.
Yeah.
Just the fact, like I'm sure you've all seen the meme. Like, what does this man do to afford this house and entire family vacation to Paris?
Yeah. So, fun fact though, I don't know, it was on YouTube, it was somewhere. They set out to recreate the pranks in that movie and like to find out how much these things would hurt. And a lot of them would straight up kill someone. Like the paint can.
Oh, yeah,
like,
we watched that thing about it.
Yeah, like these pranks would legitimately kill somebody.
You.
Yeah, they would murder you. But that's
Muck
definitely, yes, muck duck. Yes. Because R has such a menacing sound. And that's why they call it murder and not muck duck.
Not muck duck.
Right. But yes, that's it, man. Those are my top three though. But you're right. Home Alone is just such a good one. Macaulay Culkin, of all the people in the world.
Have you seen the remake? They did like a little trailer thing.
No.
It's not an actual remake, but like Macaulay Culkin, if you look it up on YouTube, there's like a thing with him as an adult, like recreating a couple
like
things.
Scenes or something.
It's like it's not super long.
I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
All right, so let's check the donations.
I just did. We're right where we were before.
Perfect.
Which is perfect.
So
Thank you. I mean, $337.87 going to CASAA.
That's amazing.
So I have here. Let's see if I can actually get a list. For this. Maybe I can do it on the mobile. Maybe it'll show me a bigger.
I feel like you might as well get a private jet if you're gonna fly out that whole family.
Our list starts with Lee. Okay, that's what we're gonna go off of. Our list starts with Lee. He was our first donation in. I'm gonna head over here. I've got we're just gonna run numbers through a randomizer. So I'm just going to have to count how many donations we got. So you guys are just going to have to hang tight for a minute to find out. So it starts with Lee. So we've got Lee, Richard, Tyler, Rhett. It's still scrolling, you guys. David, Mitch, Tobias, Daryl, and Tom. We've got Tom, and we're back to Lisa. 9 donators, you guys. Thank you to all of you who donated. That's absolutely fantastic. We're going to head over to, we're just going to head over to Google because Google does a great job with this little random number generator here. Let's see. What did I type in earlier to get this?
You said you had it down pat.
I do.
No cap.
I got this figured out. Don't you worry. All right. Number randomizer. I'm going to give everybody just a minute before we do this to see if anybody wants to get any last second donations in. Please do it now. So that way you don't get left out of any winnings. We'll kind of take a minute here just to catch up with chat. Sifu Mustache says Jingle All the Way. That's a good one. That's a good holiday movie. I remember seeing Home Alone in the cinema when it came out. It's because you're old, Adam. No, I'm just kidding, man.
That came out when, what was it, like 90?
Yeah, it was like 93 or 4.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, okay. So we definitely did just get another donation. Thank you. Let's see, the blowtorch on the head in the hospital visit for sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. $4,000 to fly to Japan. That's pricey. I donated direct as your link doesn't work for outside the US. The address comes up. So Ian, can you grab a sheet of paper or something? We'll just we'll start putting names down.
Ooh,
that's what we'll do here.
My bones.
So we have to add Ian to that list. Thank you, Ian, for your donation to CASAA. Much appreciated. We'll get you right in here for this raffle as well. Let's see here. Beck's just going to make a list of everybody. So let's.
I got you already.
You got Ian on there. Let's start right with Lee again. Then Lee, let's refresh this. We'll refresh this.
Tyler.
All right. So Lee, Richard, Tyler, Rhett, David, Mitch, Tobias. Give this a minute. Their site. I don't know who just donated, but we're up to $647, you guys. Daryl, Tom, Nick, dude, Nick, thank you for that. CASAA thanks you for that. You got Lee on there. You got Richard, Tyler, Rhett, David,
Mitch, Tobias, Daryl, Tom, Ian, and Nick / Casey.
Casey. Yes.
I'm just gonna lump you in there, Case.
All right, and then you did get Ian on there. So we're what, 10, 11?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11? Okay. That's where we're going to wrap it up, everybody, for donations. Please continue to donate. If you want to, you can directly go over to CASAA.org. Keep donating. Our link will stay active as well. But that's where we're going to end, kind of taking people in for the raffle. So thank you, guys. Richard says the package is on its way. Thanks, bro. Richard is sending me snooze all the way from the UK, and I'm so excited about it. Really excited to try
Richard is such a goat.
Casey just wants to see dancing. So, all right. So we got what, 11?
I'm here for it too. Right. I never get to see
You got the list
dance.
of names. That's the list we'll run off of. We've got 11. So I'm going to hit generate number. Ooh, can you guys see it? You guys can't see it. Hang on. Turn my brightness down. Number 7 is what it came up as. Number 7. Can you guys see that now? Number 7 is our t-shirt winner. Tobias. Congrats, bro. You just got yourself a Rise and Vape t-shirt, black or white, your choice, in the size of your choice. DM me and we'll get that sorted out, man. I'll get your address. We'll get your shipping info. And you, sir, just got yourself
Congrats,
a nice piece of Rise and Vape merch.
And thank you for donating
thank you.
the mighty CASAA.
Thank you for donating to CASAA. Are you ready for number 2?
I am ready.
This is our hoodie winner. So you're going to take off.
Oh, yeah. Go 1 through 10.
Yep. Go 1 through 10 now. All right. 1 through 10. Generate. We've got number 8. Number 8. You can kind of see it. Sorry, my phone's too bright for the screen. Daryl, you just won yourself a Rise and Vape hoodie, bro. Please DM me on Instagram or anywhere. DM me on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever, at Logan_exhales. DM me. We'll get it sorted out. We got black hoodies. We got white hoodies. Your choice in size. That's Sifu. Yes, Daryl, that's Sifu. So, bro, thank you for donating to CASAA.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Sifu.
And I hope that you enjoy your new hoodie. This is it. This is the big one. So we got to take one more out.
This is the Ultimate Grand Supreme Deluxe winner.
Yes. So whoever gets this is going to get a t-shirt in your choice size. Same thing. Hoodie. We have 2 different coffee mug designs that you can choose from, and you'll get a sticker in here as well. So are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do a drum roll?
I'm ready. Here, I got it.
Number 2. Number 2 is Richard. Bro, I got to ship all this to the UK.
Oh,
You're lucky.
yeah.
I love you so much.
Oh, hell yeah.
You are the
Can I
the
get a
grand winner.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That's fantastic, Richard. So you just got to reach out to me. He said no. I'm going to send it to you.
It doesn't matter, Richard.
It doesn't matter.
We know where you live.
Yes. The answer is yes, sir. Congrats to you, man. Once your
Yay,
package gets here, I'm already
Richard.
going to, actually, I already know your address. We were Google mapping it the other day. I saw your house on Google Earth.
That's creepy.
So he's still telling us no. I don't care, Richard. I have to do this. This was the promise.
Merry Christmas
and you donated.
Happy holidays.
So you have to let me know what it is that you want, what sizes, what colors, what coffee mug, and you'll get yourself a Rise and Vape podcast sticker to go with all of it for you to slap onto something. See, the entire chat is telling you just to take it, man. They're congratulating you. So take it. We'll get it shipped out to you, brother. Don't worry about it. And
we love you guys.
Yeah. Dave knows where my house is too. They all have my address, and so they Google Earth it to see if I've cut the grass and like trimmed my shrubs and stuff.
I wonder if Google Earth has ever gotten me outside looking like Bigfoot.
Actually, the Google Earth image of our house is from like 6 or 7 years ago.
Oh, really?
It's super old. Yeah, it's super old. But yeah, congratulations to the 3 of you that won. Just make sure that you DM me so I can get your information from you, so I can get stuff shipped out to you guys. So Tobias, Daryl, Richard, we'll be chatting soon. Thank you to everybody for coming in and hanging out with us today. This was a ton of fun. Thank you to everybody who donated to CASAA. It means the world to give to an organization that keeps all of us informed and up to date and is literally like the bedrock of tobacco harm reduction consumer advocacy.
Like, you guys and CASAA help us to be where we are right now. Like, this is why we're still here and we're still fighting, because of CASAA and because of people like you. I sound like PBS and viewers like you.
Oh, we got to dance.
Oh, I have to
dance?
I think they really just want to see
guys,
you.
Oh, you guys just get like my mid-drift here. That's all you guys get.
Lower down so they're not.
Angle it up. There we go. Welcome to my tan office. How should I dance? Do you guys want me to dance?
You gotta twerk.
You want me to twerk? Is that acceptable on YouTube?
Logan doesn't know how to twerk.
I don't know how to twerk. Is that
He's
okay?
tried.
There you go. That's my dance for you guys. That one's for Casey and everybody in chat. Thank you guys.
You just twerked.
I just twerked on YouTube for you guys. CASAA, we love you. Move those hobbit feet. There's Dave giving me shit about my feet.
You know what? I'm so glad that you guys are saying these things, because literally since we started dating, I've been saying that.
I get so much shit.
And so now I'm like, I'm not the only one. I'm sorry if I was just yelling.
That's okay. All right. That's going to do it for this week, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this. That's a fine twerk, Logan says.
That's a fine twerk. I like that. And I agree.
Fantastic.
Logan does need to change his name
to Logan Twerks. Maybe I'll do it in Discord or something like that.
Yes, please make a Logan twerking.
Pancakes. That's not going to happen ever. Period. I did that a few years ago. It's really bad. But yes, thank you everybody.
Let's see
one
the
last
Hobbit
time.
feet, Bill, bro.
You guys want to see the Hobbit feet?
Oh,
you guys want to? There they are. They're in socks right now, in a hole in my sock. But everybody, thank you again so much. Beck, where can people on the interwebs find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Lady Beckham's. No underscore.
All one word. Lady Beckham's. You guys can find Graham has the same socks, probably with a different hole. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Logan_exhales. You can also follow this here podcast on Twitter at Rise and Vape. You can always email us for Q&A episodes, literally anything. If you want to do shout outs, if you want to shout out your partner who just quit smoking, your shop that you work at, or you just want to ask us something for the show, it can be vape related, not vape related, whatever it is, you can email us at riseandvapepodcast@gmail.com. Please get those in. Me and Beck love doing Q&A episodes. We don't get to do enough of them. So literally anything, send it on over to us. You can catch me on YouTube every other Wednesday with Mr. Poon Sauce McNasty, Corey himself, for What's in the News. The next one will be on the 30th. We're going to be doing like a New Year's Eve episode. So me and Corey will be over there. And then every Sunday night over on my Instagram, you guys can tune in for the Come Down. That goes up 8 p.m. Eastern. So tune in if you got nothing else going on. I don't do a lot of news and advocacy on that show. It's just me. End of the week. Let's come down. Let's chill. And that's going to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you guys
and
so
listening.
much.
If you're listening to this later on.
Yep. Catching the replays.
Sticking through all the awkward pauses.
Yeah. And me like fiddling with technology. Been very patient with me.
Yes.
Yes. Big love to all of you guys out there. I hope that you all have a safe holiday. I hope that you all have a happy holiday, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope that you enjoy yourselves and stay safe. What is it that we always say, Beck?
Stay safe and
stay cloudy. Oh, we didn't do the thing.
God damn it.
Damn it, Beck.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Stay safe and stay cloudy, everybody. Be excellent to each other. And we will catch you guys next time. Much love, everyone. Thank you guys one last time.
Bye.